All right, greetings. Today we want to look at the four methods that you need for a quadratic function that is defined by this equation: f of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so I'm going to show you um, the four methods that you need. The four methods that you need. Okay, so the first method is completing the square. All right. So when you're drawing a quadratic graph, first thing you might need to do first is to complete the square. Okay, completing the square. So this is a very, very important method that you use, that you need to use. All right. So completing the square, I'm just gonna give you an example. When you complete the square, the equation becomes, or it falls into this form that I'm writing on the board. Y is equals to a open bracket x plus b squared plus q. All right. So when you complete the square from the standard form, this is the quadratic standard form, it becomes y is equals to a open bracket x plus b squared plus q. So this happens after you have completed the square. All right. So after you've done this, this a over here, it gives you the shape of the graph. Gives you the shape of the quadratic graph. So if a is greater than 0, it simply means it's a concave up. It's a concave up. And when a is less than 0, it's a concave down. All right, so the a um, tells us if the graph is concave up or concave down. So a gives us the shape. All right. Um, then also a gives us what is called the vertical stretch. It gives us what is called the vertical stretch. Or um, or the compression factor, or the shrink factor of the graph of y is equal to x squared. All right. If a is greater than 1, there is a vertical stretch. There is a vertical stretch. There is a vertical stretch. But if a is between 0 and 1, there is a compression. There is a compression. All right. Then now let's move on to um, to the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry is given by this x plus p. So x plus p is equal to 0. Um, gives us the axis of symmetry. Gives us the axis of symmetry. Okay? Gives us the axis of symmetry. And then when you solve for x, x will be equal to minus p in this case. So that means the axis of symmetry is going to be x is equals to minus p. So the equation of the axis of symmetry of the graph y is equals to a x plus p squared plus q is obtained by putting the expression x plus p is equal to 0 and then you solve for x. All right. This q that you are seeing here, this q, um, this q is the y coordinate. That's your y coordinate of the turning point. So that's your y coordinate of turning point. That's your y coordinate of the turning point. So y is equal to q. So y is equal to q. Okay. Then after that, you then find your y-intercept. And when you're finding your y-intercept, remember x is equal to 0. Then if you're finding your x-intercept, y is equal to 0. All right. Now let me touch on method 2. So this was method 1. So I'm going to touch on method 2 that you need when you are drawing a quadratic graph. All right. The second method that you need um, is this method. X is equal to minus b over 2a. Okay, yeah. So this method, we use it to find the x coordinate of the turning point. We use it to find the x coordinate of the turning point. Okay, yeah. And then once you get the x coordinate of the turning point, you then substitute that x value into the original equation to get your y coordinate of the turning point. So this is the second method that you would need. All right, and this method also gives you the axis of symmetry. All right, so that's the second method that you need. Um, the third method that you need um, is this one. X is equal to the sum of x-intercepts over 2 over 2. All right, so this method also helps you to find the x-coordinate of the turning point. Yeah, so if you use this method, it will also gives you the x-coordinate of the turning point. Then once you get the x value of the turning point. You then substitute that x value into the original equation to get your y coordinate of the turning point. All right, so let me give you the fourth method. The fourth method. Okay, so the fourth method that you need um, is calculus. Is calculus. Yeah. So you need calculus to find the x coordinate of the turning point. The x coordinate of the turning point. So these I'm gonna be using these methods um, in the videos that I'm going to upload so that you can see how they work. But basically, these are the four methods that are available um, when it comes to drawing a quadratic function, a quadratic graph. All right, so that's basically the topic, the methods that you need. All right, cheers. Bye bye.